All right, welcome to episode 10 of the 3-in-1 podcast. We've got a special guest with us, Bryce.
What's up?
We've got a list of topics. We've got a real big one at the end, our top 10 manga and anime of all time. But we're going to get started with JJK because Aaron just caught up and we want to get his thoughts on the series. He was doubting it.
I was doubting it at first, I will say.
Shame, damn shame.
I read the Star Plasma Vessel arc, and I kind of just dropped it after that. Actually, no, I read a little bit after that. I read to the beginning of Shibuya, and then that's when I dropped it, which was fucking retarded. Okay, I should not have done that. I dropped it right when the series, boomed, and I really didn't listen to you guys, because, I don't even know. Where to begin. I wish I would have read it with you guys because, the way I feel right now is how I noticed you guys were feeling. Okay, there are a lot of deaths.
Let's start with Shibuya.
Okay.
And its totality.
In its totality, I'd say, story-based wise, driving forward, Yuji is completely changed after Shibuya as a character. And also his and Megami's relationship has taken a change too. Before they weren't really as close, and you started to see their bonding come together, especially with that little story touch when
they tried to get Yuji the date. Remember when I told you about that, and how I told you that was right before all this crazy shit. You were like,
give it to him.
You were like, huh? You were like, I don't remember what you said. You were like, why? I don't remember what you said. But you were just doubting it. I'm like,
yeah.
It's just like in My Hero with all this happy shit before what happened. It's you gotta cherish that shit.
Yeah.
No cap.
Definitely a moment that I took for granted, I will say. Okay. I am curious because we have there's a character that I want to learn more about, Angel Lady.
Oh yeah. What's her name?
I forgot her name. I don't know. She just got introduced.
Okay, just got introduced.
Yeah.
Okay. Something I forgot about, and I didn't really pick up on it until Aaron was talking about it. Who is that chick that was that new Sakuna in Shibuya? And what role does she have to play?
That's what we're talking about.
That's her? That's her?
Oh, yeah, it is her?
Yeah.
Okay. So I wasn't sure if that was the same person or not. Gotcha.
She's old as hell. Right?
She knew Sakuna, and she's working together with fake Gesso. I forget bro's name.
Kenjaku?
Yes.
Got you.
So, yeah.
Okay, that answers my question.
Yeah,
But,
so whoever
anyways.
she is, she's from the old age of her spirits or whatever.
That's crazy. I wonder how they're gonna get her to be able to open the prison realm.
Definitely her curse technique.
How are they gonna be able to force her to do that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's fine.
Nah, they said. I thought they said they were gonna talk to her.
Yeah, we don't know how she is. She could be a normal person. She could be a psychopath. What do you guys think? Do you guys think she? Wait, should we get to that yet? We haven't even talked about Shibuya yet. We haven't even for real talked about Shibuya yet. Because that's damn near just predicting what's gonna happen next.
Yeah, you got a point.
Look,
I mean,
Nanami, bro.
Wow.
Why would you laugh?
Why would you laugh?
Because I'm not
Fucking
laughing because
scumbag.
I'm not laughing because I'm laughing because of Aaron's reaction. That's why. Because I've been waiting for that shit.
Yeah, we have been waiting for this, bro. That moment, bro.
That shit broke me. I damn near stopped reading. I was reading.
Remember.
We were in the court and I was reading, and I damn near just gave it up for a split second. I was so hurt
because it's just so quick. You're just looking, and that's the one thing about JJK.
Right before it happens, she literally is just tell everybody I wasn't such a bad person.
Bro.
Yeah.
And that shit broke me. Oh my god.
Bro, JJK, the way how Yegi sequences, the panels, and when they want to shock you, it's just
They
it's
do a very good job.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
For real.
The Mahito fight was really good. I liked that.
No cap.
It was a really good fight. I liked his. I liked that form he had. That he had taken. I forgot what he called it, but it was so dope.
Can I say something real quick?
What's up?
The Mahito fight was great, but it was not even the best fight in the arc, bro. Like,
No, not at all.
I think Yuji and Choso is probably the greatest fight in the series so far. Like, just everything, like, about it, just how, like, the hand-to-hand, how it was sequenced.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, just like as the fight itself.
How it was close quarters, like, this was in a bathroom scrapping, bro. Like,
yeah. And it was just like Choso's technique.
And Choso won.
Ass shit.
And
ass shit.
Yeah, and Choso won, which is I thought that was pretty interesting to see, like the antagonist at the time when. Honestly,
you want to? Can I tell you what one of my favorite moments of Shibuya was?
What?
It was when Sukuna, Megami summoned out that fucking, like, that ancient cursed spirit.
Yeah.
And, like, he couldn't control it, and it was just the last that she was gonna have it kill both of them. And then Sukuna came up and smacked it. Like it damn near reminded me of episode 1 again. Or like chapter 1, that moment we got again with him like arising. It was fucking beautiful. Sorry, that was like really fresh in my mind.
No, you sure.
Sukuna and Jogo, that's probably.
Yeah, you are strong.
Yeah, beautiful. That's just beautiful. That might be my favorite moment.
That was
really. I can't lie to you.
Beautiful.
That's beautiful. That's just, oh my god. I can't wait till we get Sukuna versus Gojo again. When we get that, that's gonna be fucking crazy.
Like a full Sukuna versus Gojo.
Yeah.
See, I don't know though, because Yuji said at this point if he were to eat the other 5 fingers, Sukuna probably wouldn't be able to take over.
But it's just like, what the fuck does he know? Like,
for real.
How does he even know that?
I mean, because the only reason he took over was because they fed him the amount of 10 at a time. There's only 5 left to feed him. You know what I'm saying? So even if he were to ingest all 5 at once, the amount he's ingesting at a time, I guess.
They didn't give him 10 at a time.
Yeah, he fed him 10.
I mean, I know he fed him 10 but they didn't do it like, okay, yeah, they gave him the 10 in that one time, but before he was eating like one finger. So, I mean,
but like, it just like, yeah, actually, you got a point. That is weird, because when he ate I don't know.
But I mean, he still didn't get taken over when he was eating the one finger at a time. So
yeah, he did catch his ass.
So I mean, I guess, but I still don't think Yuji just knows that. I feel like if he eats those 5 and Gegi wants Sukuna to come out, Sukuna's coming out.
Yeah, honestly, what I think's gonna happen, I think if Sukuna eats or if he eats the other 5, Sukuna's gonna be so strong, he's gonna be able to do whatever he has planned with Megami at that point, because at that point he's full. That's Sukuna.
For real.
He could literally do anything. He could probably take control or like put his cursed energy into one of Megami's cursed beings or whatever.
I think he's gonna become a Shikigami.
Yeah, like a Shikigami, or even he could probably even become a cursed womb somehow.
No, I think he's just gonna become a Shikigami.
Yeah, I think that's how you bail Yuji out of 9.
Yeah. You can say that.
But like all of the ramifications from Shibuya, like that's just one of the. I don't even know. It's just one of the most impactful arcs ever.
Yeah. It really set the tone. I mean, like,
seriously. And the culling games are just going to be way worse.
Oh, yeah.
Literally.
I know.
Way fucking worse.
Literally. But, so then, the start of the culling game, Yuta versus Yuji. How were you fucking with it? Did you?
I already read all this.
Yeah, I know. I'm asking you how.
Beautiful. It was beautiful. I love Yuta's character. To be honest with you,
Yuta is my boy.
Yeah. Like I fuck with the fact that he's like the one other person that has the amount of cursed energy as Gojo. He just doesn't have the 6 eyes, so it doesn't really mean nothing.
Which we don't even know what the 6 eyes are.
Yeah.
For
But I mean, I think they mentioned actually in chapter 141 that that the 6th eyes like it like quarters the it like quarters the amount of cursed energy you used with each technique. So like instead of using the full amount, it's like 25% of what you would use if you have the 6 eyes.
Man, when we were reading this week,
I never peeped that. I gotta go.
Yeah, I never peeped that. But
yeah,
when we were reading this week to week, like, did any of y'all think for a second Yuta was really evil?
Well, first of all, I never thought he was evil, but like,
I mean, he was. I mean, he was really trying to kill Yuji. I mean,
yeah.
He was really trying to kill him.
For a moment I did.
For a moment, I really did.
But like, because like, but I believed it because like, if you think about it, his reasoning for wanting to kill Yuji makes perfect sense.
Like, it made sense, and like, it just...
And it honestly, it just made sense to me.
And just the way he looked. Oh yeah,
so
Aaron
it's
just
chapter
brought this up.
140, my bad. But
he just pulled it up. Chapter 140.
It says, but Sensei has the 6 eyes, so the energy that's lost when he activates a curse technique is infinitesimally close to 0.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That is not.
So basically,
that is not.
So basically, when Gojo uses an ability, he's using like no energy.
Pretty much.
That's fire.
He's just so powered.
Yeah, I never peeped that. I never peeped
that. Wow.
I don't know how that slipped by, but yeah, that's fire.
Yeah, but you probably didn't even buy it for a second, Aaron, because you wasn't reading this week to week.
No, I didn't buy it. Like, I'm not gonna lie. At first, when he was talking to the Zenin clan dude, I can't remember his name.
Naoya.
Yeah, Naoya, that fucker. I hate him.
Number 1 L taker.
Yeah, no cap. No cap. Yo, but fucking yeah. When he was talking to him, and he was like, "Yeah, I got bees," and then I was like, "Oh damn! All right, he a hoe." And then during the fight, I was like, he's talking a lot, bro. Nobody, he ain't trying to kill him. He talking this much. like, why would he be talking this much? And then the Shikigami pulled up on Yuji and held him there, and then he stabbed him, and I was like, oh, okay, so that's how this is about to go down. And then he walked up on Naoya, and he was like, you want me to heal you with the reverse seal healing technique? And I'm like, bro, he healed Yuji. I'm like, there's no fucking way, because if he didn't, Sukuna came out, so he healed Yuji.
Yeah, look up. What was immediately after that? I think they just went to
yeah, that's when they went to
and then it was just Maki, right?
Oh, they explained the rules of the culling game, and then Maki went to grab all of the cursed weapons, and that's all the Zenin clan shit. Yep.
So how'd you fuck with that?
Well, honestly, first I want to talk about the rules. All right, so how'd you guys feel about the rules?
I already know Gegi is setting themselves up for a slam dunk. No cap with them rules. It's about to be some Hunter shit. Like,
I have a what?
I think it said, oh yeah.
I have a weird prediction that that Megami is and Yuji are gonna stick really close together throughout this, and Megami is gonna try to rack up as much points as he can, and he's gonna make it a rule to where you don't have to kill to win the culling game. Just so
I think that's a given. I think something's gonna do that given.
Because at this point in the story, if Yuji kills again, his character is gonna suffer for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
on a mental level, because he's already fucked.
He's already fucked.
Yeah. So any worse, and he's giving up, and he probably would lose the will to fight Sukuna, which is probably his goal. That's probably why Sukuna killed all of those people and showed Yuji, just to loosen his will.
Yeah. True shit.
And
I can see that. Damn.
But
I can see that.
yeah, but getting to that Maki Zen and shit. Oh my fucking god! When I
Yeah.
tell
So
you,
like, no, you go.
when I tell you, May and Maki broke my heart. Like it made sense, but it was just like fuck. I didn't want to see that happen. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
But like, dude, what really got me was when she stood up in front of her father, and when he looked at her and he seen Toji.
Yeah, and his fucking eyes.
Yeah, and he
shit
put his
himself,
eyes.
he
He
boo-booed on himself.
boo-booed himself and then got the top of his dome cut off.
Yep.
He boo-booed himself and got the top.
I mean,
of
that's
his
the
dome
only
cut
thing
off.
that happened when you look at that panel and you look at him.
Oh
he
my
definitely
Like
he was
that
out
shit,
of his body.
he was.
At this point, Toji got to be like one of the most important characters. Like he's only actually
true.
been in the
really
story
does.
for maybe
He's been
like
one of the most influential throughout the whole story. Playing.
no, and he's only actually been around for been in the story actually present in what
10
20
chapters.
chapters.
Nah,
so-
he was
Yeah.
present in he was present in the Star Plasma arc. So wouldn't that?
And a brief amount of
Yeah.
Shibuya.
So
And-
I'd say that's chapter 90. So he's been in it for a good 60 chapters now.
No, but I mean actually alive.
Oh, alive and around. Oh, I'm tripping.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I thought you meant
Yeah, I mean he was
relevant to the
alive in
story.
Star.
Yeah, no.
He was alive in Star Plasma and he got resurrected, kinda. And fucking.
But what?
And then when she got 20v1 by all of the soul, I forget what the name of the soldiers were, and she just cut everybody the fuck down.
Yeah.
When that's animated,
It's
bro,
gonna
that's
be
gonna
great.
be the best. This is probably gonna be the best fight
Yeah,
in JJK.
seriously.
For
And then, God, the fight with all of her brothers, that shit was great. When they came to a clash towards the end. Oh, by the way, I should say in chapter 150, towards the end of the chapter, my heart started to break.
Wait.
Because
Wait, Aaron, what do you mean her brothers? Those were.
Are you talking about the?
those
Oh,
are-
I mean, I'm sorry, the other Zenin clan members.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to. That's
Yeah,
kind of what I
they-
meant.
She never gives us a family tree, but if you pay attention, okay, so Maki and Mai's dad was the brother of the dude who also died when Jogo did the fire attack on Maki.
Yeah.
and
Okay.
Minami.
That's all right.
And I guess he was the dude with the frame technique. He was the head of the Zen clan, and
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he was Naoya's father too. That's why they called him That's why they called Maki's father Uncle.
Yes.
So yeah.
Okay. Thank you, because I was a bit confused about that, to be honest.
Yeah,
with
because
you.
she never gives a family tree. You just gotta pay attention. Yeah.
But yeah, reading through chapter 150 broke my heart because you get towards the middle to end of the chapter and you start to see where their progress with the chapter just started to diminish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's just knowing previously the health concerns with the author, it just was it was just tough to see. You know, I've been reading this for the past 4 days nonstop, and it was just to see that just kind of hurt. You know, I feel
Yeah.
bad.
Hopefully she gets better.
Seriously.
Yeah, I mean, shit. The anime, the manga industry is just it's just hell.
Really?
It's for these creators. So and especially after Miura's passing, I don't even feel comfortable even making jokes about fucking the Hunter x Hunter creator taking his time and shit. Just take your
Yeah,
time,
seriously, take
bro.
your
Just take your
time.
time.
It is not worth dying over.
Yeah,
And all this, that's a topic for another day. Never mind.
but yeah.
But I'd say what I really liked was the confrontation at the end of 150 though with Naoya Maki, yeah, my bad. With Maki, and he was like, "Don't you have a heart?" And he was like, "I fucking
No,
condescended."
y'all took it away.
Yeah, but he was like, "No, he took it away." And that shit was
Bro, him,
solid.
that whole shit with like Maki's mom stabbing him, that shit was crazy. Like,
Okay,
I didn't understand that.
I really thought.
I want to
was
get
gonna
into that. I
live.
want to get into that. Why did Maki's mom stab him? Like, why?
I have like what I kind of got out of it was like
She
her
wanted
mom,
to redeem herself.
in a sense, yeah, that was a pretty. Because you got to think she wasn't probably okay with everything that happened. You know, obviously the males probably were like the alphas in that. It was like an alpha thing. You know, she probably couldn't do shit. So when she was finally able to do something, she probably did. She took the opportunity, I guess.
I guess.
That's
But
the way.
like,
Only way.
it doesn't
that's the only thing-
explain. I don't know, bro. It don't make sense because when Maki, when Maki tried to approach her, she was like screaming and like trying to get away and just asking, like screaming at Maki.
Yeah.
And just like shoot.
It doesn't make much sense to me.
And am I mistaken, or when she stabbed Naoya, she was already wounded from Maki?
She was, yes. Maki had slit her throat.
So then what?
Yeah, and plus, like,
No?
I don't like what Keith had said to me was like she was trying to redeem herself, but I'm like, bro, like I don't know, like, cause just previously when Maki was going to the room, first of all, she knew her. The wife knew that the dad was gonna be there and gonna try to kill Maki and Mai. But she had told Maki, like, for once, don't make me ashamed to be your mother.
Right.
And then it's like
Yeah.
a few hours later, I'm so happy that I had you while she's stabbing Naoya. I'm like, what? Like, I just don't get it.
But maybe we'll get an explanation. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? I'm sure.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
You know.
And then that last chapter, it was fucking only 9 pages, and they basically explained the whole rest of the Zenin confrontation in one panel.
Yeah, basically, yeah. But I mean, I understand that because obviously Juju had health concerns, so she kind of had to like wrap everything up real quick.
But I mean, that leaves whatever's like happening. It's wide open. Anything's gonna happen next. So,
Yeah.
what do you think's gonna happen next?
I mean, we're getting straight into the Cohen game.
Like, who do you
I'm
think
pretty
it'll
sure.
cut? Like, who do you think it'll cut to?
I'd hope Yuji, maybe. I don't know. But what do y'all think?
That's what I'm thinking as well. I think it's going to be Yuji and Megami going after. I can't remember. Never remember his name. The third year.
Oh yeah, the delinquent.
Oh,
who got
yeah.
suspended.
I saw him. We haven't seen him at all, but he sounds.
Yeah,
cool.
that's what Tengen told them they had to do, I believe.
Yeah.
So I feel like we're gonna get that, and maybe like Kenjaku pulling up on Tengen, and then we'll see like what's her name? That fucking I can't remember.
There's so many characters.
Choso and that one bitch, you know, with the the blonde bitch. I think she's.
I forget her name. But yeah.
I'd like to see that.
Also,
Rough theory.
I don't know if you guys peeped, but what's his name? What was his name again? I'm sorry. It was the guy who has as much cursed energy as Gojo. Yuta. Okay. Yuta specifically told them that third year, when he gets upset, is stronger than him.
Yeah.
So that's gonna leave a lot to behold.
Yeah.
Well, no, wait. I think I know what you're talking about. When he said that, I'm pretty sure Maki like corrected him and was like, "No, he's not. Shut up." Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe.
We'll see. I don't know. That's Yuta. Like, I have my respect for Maki, but I also am gonna, I'm not gonna. I don't know. I ain't gonna just throw Yuta's word away like that.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see. We'll just have to see.
We'll have to see, yeah.
But I think so with like, and I really can't wait for them to touch more on this with I guess Yuji's mom at some point being Kenjaku.
That shit is hilarious to me. I'm sorry.
I think Itadori is a death womb, like a death painting.
Yeah, definitely think so.
I think that would be like the perfect thing to make sense. Like, and maybe that his father's line is like some descendant of Sukuna of some sort, maybe, but and that maybe being also a part of the brain's plan. I don't know.
Yeah, which is really just great. Great like calling back, because if y'all don't like recall, in like the first episode, the first like chapter, Yuji like throws one of those shot put balls like into the
and he was just like, they said he had the world record for like the 40 or some shit.
Yeah, he was OP
like for like high schoolers.
Like it was nothing. So like that just calls back, because like that's just
he booted a cursed spirit, a fat ass cursed spirit that was whooping Megami's ass.
Yeah, like Yuji was strong before Sukuna.
Seriously.
Like unrealistically strong. So
and
that's
the
just
fact that he could even see cursed spirits and had no cursed energy means something. Like that don't make sense.
Yeah. So yeah. Shit.
You know?
And and also going back, like, what was his grandpa really trying to tell him before he died?
That's a good question.
Your mom was a brain.
Yeah, that shit is funny. When I had read that, I had tweeted out. Y'all remember that one episode of Family Guy where Brian fucking fucks when Quagmire's dad becomes a transgender. And Brian has sex with her. He's like, "Hey, Brian, I fucked your dad." Yeah, that's exactly what happened right there. I tweeted that out. Yeah.
All right, so do you guys want to head into My Hero?
Yeah, definitely. Let's get to it.
Let's get to it.
All right, so chapter 317 of My Hero Academia stars. Wait. Blood? No. Scars, blood, and filth. That shit is really, this cover of this chapter is just like it looks like a comic book cover.
For real.
Like My Hero is just really grown so much. In this cover alone, like you see his cowl, his mask is just fucked up.
Yeah, like he's all worn and
the blood on his cowl, bro. Gran Torino's cape is probably not even yellow at this point. That shit is probably filled with fucking filth and blood.
It's probably like a dark, musty red, to be honest with you.
That shit is ridiculous, bro. Now, one thing, I'm not mad at anyone for being mad at like the false death with the explosions last chapter, because like they really did just say we may have escaped the explosion by the skin of our teeth, but the blast erased every inch of the league. And it makes sense how they could escape, though. But I just don't understand why not just show it if you're gonna show the explosion? I mean, if you're gonna do the whole thing. Like, Horikoshi really could have just showed them escaping the explosion, I feel like.
For real.
You guys kind of care about that.
I mean, I definitely think he could have shown it, but whether or not, I don't know. I don't know.
Like, it's not that big a deal, but I just feel like, why not
necessary,
just
like,
show them escaping the explosion? If you're going to show the explosion in the first place, you're going to do that in the first place. But, Death Arms? Isn't that his name?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, bro. He retired. Done being a hero, bro. And that one kind of hurts, bro. We saw him in episode 1.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, he was one of the first heroes we ever saw, bro.
Yep, and they said that he rounded up spy heroes working for the Paranormal Liberation
Literally,
Front.
bro.
Yeah, he had been it was someone actually like a good hero,
a good person, and he just got tarnished because it was just too much, and it's understandable. No cap, it really is understandable. That shit is fucked. But then they were talking about why doesn't All For One tell the world about Deku? And why do you guys think he doesn't?
Honestly, I feel like if more people with quirks kind of knew what he was trying to do, and like the fact knew that at this point Deku is like a child. Like, don't you? Don't you think more people would try to
feel like
against him?
I feel like he'd probably be afraid
if somebody knew. Like, if the people knew that there was like a beacon of hope,
evil. Like, they already know All For One is evil. But okay, let's say why doesn't All For One just leak the information to the public and tell everyone about Deku? It doesn't have to be from him.
Right.
So what about that, Eric?
Yeah. I feel like he's kind of afraid of like the world getting behind Deku, and it's like
so the same thing as Aaron. Like, you think like the world would like stand with Deku if he told him?
Because like obviously if they found out about the truth about Deku, then in a sense they'd probably figure like they'd have to figure out that All Might was the one that gave it to him. And like I just feel like all the All Might heads there are in the world, they'd all just hop right on the Deku train.
You're not lying.
And they'd probably also look at the line of heroes that One For All has been passed through, and they'd realize that it was Japan's greatest heroes.
When they see all these quirks being unleashed, and when it's like televised, they're probably like, well, that's.
They're gonna be like, wait a minute, that's fucking what's her name?
The float ship.
Yeah, Nagant's movie, or not Nagant.
What are you talking about?
Jesus.
The third user.
Yeah, I don't remember her hero.
I don't remember. It was a dude, the third user. I don't remember.
I'm in fucking.
Are you talking about the sixth, like Nana?
All Might, yeah.
Okay, you're talking about Nana.
Nana, yeah.
What was her quirk?
Float.
Oh yeah.
Float.
Right. I'm tripping.
She was basically a little weak Superman. She was a little invincible. Well, no, she was not invincible.
No, she was not.
She got punished. But go to the next page. Yeah, then Endeavor gets a text from Shoto. That's the first we're seeing from any of the kids in 10 chapters. I don't know how long it's been.
It's been great.
I think it's been 10 chapters, 11 chapters. So that's the first we're hearing from any of them. And then All Might tells Hawks that Deku already killed not killed, but he took care of the second hired assassin. And bro, these panels, bro.
These panels are so sweet.
They're incredible, bro. They're incredible. He looks so menacing. How he's holding him up. He
looks like Stain.
Up.
So like Stain-esque.
He looks kind of like Stain, bro. But this shit is just, I don't know, man. He looks so menacing. That kid, he's still that kid. Like when you see him walking away, look how short he is when he's walking away from from All Might. And the All Might screamed at him to wait. And this is why you have to read official translations. You can't just read fucking fan translations because they be completely different from what they're actually saying. Like he told him, you haven't eaten. He's trying to give him the food, and he told him, you don't have to tag along anymore. I'm fine. That tag along is more insulting than the fan translations. That tag along, like, damn it. He's saying like, no, you don't. He's saying, don't say that. He's saying like, you can't just say that. I can't just not follow you. But he's thinking about All For One saying, it's your turn. That is one of my favorite moments in this series, bro. Because like, when does the villain? Because you always have the big villain and then the villain's apprentice. You have the big hero, the hero's apprentice, the main character. When does the big villain say like, fuck that, he's already tarnished, I'm on your ass?
Right.
That's ridiculous.
That's just crazy.
Like that's just like, it's obvious. Yeah, of course he should be on Deku's ass, but he's just letting him know, like, this whole time I was in jail, I was not thinking about All Might. No, I'm thinking about you. And just everything Deku's thinking about, all of, like, it makes the words, there aren't even that many words. but you know what he's thinking. You understand his reasoning. Like, this moment was led up to, bro. When before the war, when Deku and all the class 1A were showing off all their moves they learned, and Deku used Black Whip to destroy all those robots, and All Might was like, "You don't look back at me anymore," or he was like, "You don't have to look back at me anymore." I don't remember exactly what he said, but that shit it was leading to this. And when Deku said, "Don't worry about me," he has his mask on and he still looks sad. You can tell he looks sad.
And like you can see the glossiness in his eyes. He's probably gonna he's probably crying inside the mask at that point.
He really could be crying inside the mask. That fucking crybaby turned fucking menacing monster.
And look, you can see at that point
he's still a crybaby.
He has one for all. Because you can see the lightning around him there and there.
Yeah, and when he jumped away, All Might screaming out "wait" again and fell to his knees, man. And this All Might dialogue in All Might's head, bro.
It's beautiful. It's
beautiful.
Great. Because like he truly is the only person that understands why he's doing this.
For real. He understands exactly why he's doing it. And if you read fans' translations, bro, you would not understand what All Might was saying, bro. He was saying he wanted to tell him to do your best and you deserve rest, bro. Like, he's in the same position Night Eye was in.
Yep.
Yeah, seriously.
Like, he's in the exact same position. We didn't even talk about Deku told All Might. He said, "I can do exactly what you can do with bro." He said, "I can move exactly
with no recoil loop,
on par with you at 100% with no recoil." Like, he's talking his shit. he's talking his shit. I hope he's not getting cocky. I don't think he is. I know he understands. He's just saying that to get All Might away from him because he doesn't want him to die. But if All Might dies and this was the last moment they had together, bro. But let's just keep going. So staying, listening to the conversation, we're going to talk about that after this. People think Stain's gonna kill All Might. I don't see that. But after we see Stain, we just hear people talking. They say he appears without a sound and that he's got a whole mess of quirks with him. That sounds like All For One's ability. Is he a normal even? But apparently he goes around helping people. The rumors say he's caked with blood and filth, which covers up his many scars. Looking at him, you'd never guess he was a hero. Like, this is just... When you see this shit, like, those gauntlets are fucking tarnished.
And look at the way he's walking with Black Whip.
He's hunched over with Black Whip just out. Like, this is ridiculous, bro.
Like, his boots look tarnished.
Everything on him looks tarnished. Right. And I think we're definitely getting... Bakugo and him are gonna fight. I think we're getting that.
Yes, bro. That's what I'm saying. That's the end of the chapter. But I'm definitely saying we're gonna get a Bakugo versus Deku Part 3 for sure. For sure.
Is that Black Whip coming out of his eyes?
No. It looks to be all coming out of his like back, if I'm not mistaken, or like underneath the cape even.
Yeah. That's wild.
He doesn't even look like Deku, man. He looks like a monster.
Looks like a monster, bro. But predictions, bro. What do y'all think is happening next?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I have no fucking...
This is the one chapter that's left me stumped.
Every chapter's fucking left me stumped, but like...
I think it's gonna start with All Might and Stain.
Definitely.
I think... but do you guys think Stain is really gonna kill All Might?
No.
I don't know. I don't see why. I don't see why he would.
I do not see why he would. I don't see any legit reason.
It's the only person he openly respects.
For real, he's the only... Like, what?
My prediction is he's gonna ask Stain to watch over Deku, because Stain is really the only one who could keep up with Deku, like, besides All Might, and he's the only one who would look at Deku as a hero, a true hero.
Yeah.
And honestly, I can see Stain like being out here and just killing villains, because I mean, he's all the like, as you see, a lot of real heroes are walking away. I guarantee you that he's just out there doing real heroes work. You know what I'm saying? In his own way, killing people, but
Well, who knows? Like, what if in some twisted way he made a deal with fucking All For One?
No. What? No, he doesn't.
no,
fuck
he
with
wouldn't.
villains.
He wouldn't. He wouldn't even side with the league. He was gonna try to kill him.
Because he knew they was fucking phonies. Look, I don't think All Might's dying this soon. I think Stain's actually going to protect All Might. But where Deku's going, I don't know, bro. I think we might cut to the kids. This is such a huge moment that I think Horikoshi might
Switch it to something else.
Yeah, switch it to something else. For real.
I could see that.
Definitely. Yeah, I'd like to see I'd like to see at least Bakugo and Todoroki, see what they're doing.
Yeah, but shit, is that it for predictions, man? Because
yeah.
like I'm just stumped.
Yeah, honestly, me too.
I don't know. There's not really much we can go off of.
We're just gonna have to really just wait and see.
Yeah, do you guys want to talk about the anime real quick and what's going on with My Villain Academia?
Yeah, sure.
So what they're doing is they're switching the order. After Class A versus 1B, it was My Villain Academia, but they're doing the Endeavor Agency arc because, it has a lighter tone. And then they're going to assuming that they're not just going to skip.
But I thought that Shoto asked them and then it went, because I think it'll show them for a minute, but it'll go to the My Villain Academia part. I thought, because I only thought it showed them going there at first to ask Endeavor about it, and then it's.
Wait, you're talking about the manga or the anime?
The manga.
Nah, he just asked them and then it went to My Villain Academia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was literally he asked them My Villain Academia and then it picked back up with the Endeavor Agency arc, but they're just connecting the two and then moving My Villain Academia to hopefully the end of the season. So then, this dark tone that the series is taking, it'll be like this for the rest of the series.
Right, so they'll go from My Villain Academia right into the war.
Yeah, they're gonna have to do some jumping because the Endeavor Hero Agency arc, that's a long arc, and there was still, remember that villain that Dabi sent and captured Natsuo and stuff?
Yeah.
That I'm assuming would have to be in season 6. Unless they do a lot of jumping around.
Do you think they're gonna do some shit happening simultaneously?
Would they do that? Because it did happen at the same time, I guess. I don't know. It didn't. No, all that stuff happened after. Because we're already 9 days after My Villain Academia. So it's gonna be a flashback. And then are they gonna flash forward again in the season and then pick up the Endeavor arc after My Villain Academia? I don't think so.
I don't know.
So I think they're just gonna add that little bit at the beginning of season 6 and then to the war. And I'm not mad at that. At first it was very jarring, but I'm not mad at that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that is kind of shitty.
I mean, I just hope they do it right and in a way that makes sense,
Yeah.
For real. But
yeah, that would be interesting. But what do you want to move on to?
Black Clover.
Black Clover. Okay.
You guys want to talk about chapter 296 first?
Yeah, we can talk about it. Pull it up real quick.
Stop in.
Okay. Let's see here.
Okay, can I chime in real quick?
Stop in, gang.
What's up?
So, is Black Clover, actually good now? Is it actually, a quality read?
On some real.
I've never said it's bad.
Exactly. On some real, the anime, dog water. But the manga, I just started reading it from chapter 1 again, and I'm at 54, and it's not bad. It's really not bad, like at all. It's not like incredible or anything, but it's not bad at all. And I'm having.
I mean, you're only 50
fun
chapters
time.
in, but I'm
Yeah.
And
telling
they're
you right
saying
now,
if
like,
it really gets better from where it is now, I could see it becoming like an actual good series, like a real, like solid good series.
Yeah, I can't
For
wait. I can't wait for you to get to like just chapter like 90 or even 100, because that's when like shit really gets to like, like, that's when the series really gets fucking great, in my opinion. Or yeah, I'd say it. Great.
Oh, okay.
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 Chapter 296.
Yep. Okay, so it picks back up at the end of the reveal of Noelle's new spirit dive form, and the fight with her and Vonica continues. They're both throwing their magic at each other, and Noelle's just eating through everything.
During the fight, while Noelle's fighting Vonica actually has a cutback to when she previously fought Noelle's mother. She talks about it. She compares it as she said, "This is like the time I got shivers that other time," and then she was like, hang on, how long ago was that? Pretty sure I'd just become the Jujutsu host," and then it. Cuts back to back then when she was talking about becoming a devil and receiving the power, and sneaking out of the Spade Kingdom to do so.
She heard that there was a woman that was the strongest, and she just went to fight her. She was secluded, so she went to fight her, which is crazy because that means someone had to have leaked the location to her, and that kind of opens up that plot line a little bit more too. So I wonder how that came to be. That's interesting. But yeah, they're like duking it out, fighting, and it turns out that Vonica was about to kill Noelle and Noelle. Looks like right after Noelle was born, so that's probably why she was out there, because she was having a kid. And in that moment is when Noelle's mom basically just one-tapped Vonica, and that's when Vonica placed that the curse on her that killed her. And yeah, she dipped out, and it basically cuts back to the Noelle and Vonica fight, and this is a dope-ass panel. Like, the one thing I will give Black Clover, it's got some really fucking nice artwork. Like,
it does. I've seen that. Like, no context, but it does.
It has some really nice artwork. This panel alone right here is fucking solid. Like, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's fucking great, dude. I love Noelle's sword too.
Yeah, they really like give her. She is like one of the author Tabata said himself. He bases Noelle off of his daughter, so she's like one of his favorite characters to draw and shit.
That's awesome. You notice her form has a halo?
Yeah, because when you use that, when she uses that form, she ups herself into a stage that's above stage 0. That's the power scaling system. It's all it's like stage 0 down to like D, you know what or something like that. So it's like 0, A, B, or whatever, something like that. It's crazy. Saint stage is apparently the highest tier, and it's the tier that can kill devil hosts. And she can only use the shit for a minute.
Damn.
For literally 1 minute, and she said she was gonna kill. All she needed was 30 seconds to kill Vonica. And yeah, so the end panel basically just has her stabbing her right in the shit. It's basically the same way that she got tapped by her mother, so it's pretty cool. I honestly think, though, in this next chapter, the same thing's going to happen. She's going to get that curse as well. But I think she's going to have some help come in. I don't know who, probably her brother, because he hasn't been... He's there, but they haven't shown the dude in like 20 chapters, so I don't know what the fuck happened to him. So that'd be interesting to see, like a brother-sister fight, avenging their mom. That'd be perfect.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
And there's always been like that clash between Noelle and Noelle, so that'd be kind of solid to finally get that all hashed out.
Yeah, I really like the way she ended it too. She ended it just like her mother did.
But who knows if it's even really over?
Right.
We'll see. Because, I mean, this fight's only been going for about 3 or 4 chapters, and the Magna fight was about 5 or 6. So it might have a little bit longer, or maybe he'll just wrap this one up quick. I don't know. Taba is known to wrap up fights kind of quick, though. In this arc.
I definitely think her spirit guide will be activating after this chapter.
Yeah, probably.
This is her first time using it, right?
Yeah. And she's not even supposed to. She's only using the spirit, the water spirit, because she was just the next person available. She's not technically ready for a water spirit of that level. So by the time they can free the Heart Queen, the water spirit's gonna go back to her. Noelle doesn't she's not gonna keep it after this arc.
That's ass.
Yeah. It was stated. But that was our previously stated though.
That's stupid.
Well, I mean,
she's gonna die.
Who's gonna die?
Heart Queen.
Well, we'll see. People are saying that Gordon, the poison magic dude.
Yeah.
His family has a curse contract with Majukula and down their family line. So everybody's saying that he might be able to do something to reverse Majukula's magic.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see.
You don't think Noelle's gonna get poisoned, do you?
No, I think she's gonna maybe get that same curse on her though, and it might get reversed somehow, or maybe it won't work. I don't know, but I feel like the curse, Majukula is gonna try to use some curse warding magic on her. We'll see what happens, but I don't know.
Well,
but yeah, that's pretty much all I got for the latest chapter.
For sure.
Oh, y'all don't got no prediction on those?
Well, I mean, I think the rest of this fight's gonna continue, and maybe she's gonna get some outside help either from her brother or Gordon, or it might even cut to the Yuno and Zenon fight, because we haven't seen that in a while, and
I have the strangest feeling we're gonna cut back and Yuno's gonna be fucked.
I have a weird feeling because they just touched into the Saints stage, that Yuno's going to be able to do the same thing now. I just have a weird feeling that Yuno's already known, he figured it out already. Because, he's already been a step ahead of everybody else always. I feel like that's something he's probably got in his pocket. But another thing to think about is he got that stone back. And that's a stone that amplifies your magic, your mana. It amplifies your mana by a shitload. And he just got that back. So that could also be something that could be a good boost in to help him win in that fight. So we'll see. But that's pretty much all I got.
Yeah, got you. Look, so like I said, I read up to chapter 54, and can't lie to you, the experience from reading this versus the anime, because I already tried reading Black Clover before, and I liked it. I didn't dislike it. It was just a little boring at first, the first chapter or two, and it was a little boring this time in the first chapter and the second chapter. But after that, it really just going. It's really quick. It's really, really quick. Just fight after fight, little story after little story.
Yep.
And Aaron was telling me, all of this is setting up for something big. I don't know what.
Something way bigger.
Chapter 100. And I can see it. I can see how they're setting it up.
The building that they use, honestly, Tabata does a really good job of setting up shit. Just setting up so much shit to happen. And he does a good job of explaining shit too. There's not really too many things that are left open,
Yeah.
In the manga, at least, they have definitely skipped through some shit in the anime.
And one thing, Asta's character, I really like him way, way, way more than
in the anime, that voice,
That voice, not
It actually
green,
gets
but
better. The voice actually does get better over time. It loses that like super fucking like
yelling all the time.
yeah that I don't like know how far in it that shit like stops, but once you're in like it really they don't do that. That guy doesn't really do that shit no more. It's
I'm
weird.
good on
yeah,
that shit.
I'm still good on it. I'm green on that.
Well, I mean,
But-
I'll just tell you to read it anyways because the
Why?
anime.
Exactly. So
Why Eric like, guys, trust me, it's good.
I like it's one of my favorites. I like the shit. I won't
yeah, but I'm just green on the anime because it gave me a completely different experience than this. Like Austin's characterization in the manga, like he is way more like Luffy than he is like Naruto. Way more like Luffy. He's just a simple nigga with a goal and that he just wants to do, and he fucks with his friends. It's just as simple as that. And I fuck with it, and I fuck with him, and I fuck with Yuno. Like his character, like I don't know. It's all different in the manga. Maybe just because the animation was bad and just the voice acting and shit and the pacing. But in the manga, it's so quick, and then the characters, like there's genuinely like actual like funny shit, like a few actual like funny moments like that. And Yuno is actually I fuck with Yuno. Yuno asked and Yami, and that fucking Yami fight, bro. That first one. Like that was a big tease, bro. Like he literally was like, I'm about to surpass my limits, and then all them niggas pulled up. I'm like, bro. He said the same shit. He was like, bruh, I was just about to tap that. Like fuck it. I really love him. I really love Yami a lot.
He said, "Just shut up, Fluffy."
Yeah, it's a lot, man. The series is actually, it's not bad. It is absolutely, it's far from bad.
That I'm gonna surpass my limits. That's an ongoing gag until it actually works.
Wow, that's tough. That's tough. I'm gonna fuck with it, and I'm gonna keep it, and I'll be caught up in no time. Okay, I'll be caught up in no time.
Yeah, I gotta say. So, you say your top three is Yuno, Asta, and Yami.
Yeah.
I gotta say,
and Luck is right out there.
Yeah.
I fuck with Luck.
Yeah,
that crazy ass nigga.
Mine's Yami, Luck, and Lead.
Who the fuck is Lead?
That devil that's inside Asta.
Okay. See, and you know one thing I've always fucked with, like as soon as they introduced Asta with the black shit, like that form, I always, even when I wasn't reading this shit, I always thought that shit was hard.
Yeah.
So when I read and catch up to that part and I see like how it works and everything, I'm gonna fuck with it. There's not many questions. One thing with the series, they explain everything. The only question I have is just his second sword. Like, why was that bitch just in that place?
That'll all be explained. Yeah.
Okay, then see, I really don't be having questions with the series. That's just tough. I fuck with it. It's a simple series, bro. It's not bad. It's far from bad. That anime is atrocious.
It's like I said, bro, pay attention to that bird that's always around.
Yeah, I got you.
Shit.
But shit, is that all we got for Black Clover today?
Shit, I'm good.
Are you guys want to head into our top 10 anime / manga of all time?
Yeah, sounds good.
So
Yeah, let's do it.
for these lists, well, everybody can explain their own list, but what I told everybody is get what you think are the top 10 best, like what you think are the best. That's what I told everybody. First is Aaron.
All right. I'm gonna just start in the order from 10 to 1. So I'm gonna start number 10 being Devilman by Go Nagi. If you don't know anything about the series, it's actually a sequel series to the 1970s Demon Lord Dante. It's actually one of the oldest successful manga from the 1900s era. If you didn't know that. There's also been at least like 20. There's at least 24 spin-offs of the Devilman series. It was a very popular one in Japan. I'd say Well, the list honestly went on, but I just stopped counting at 24. It got ridiculous at that point. But number 9 is going to go to Kuroko's Basketball by Tadatoshi Fujimaki. My apologies if I mess up some of these names. But to be quite honest with you, I would say Kuroko has definitely kicked off the anime sports genre, at least as we know it today. Like, you could go ahead and say Slam Dunk did that, but really Slam Dunk was a successful manga, but it didn't really hit stores in North America like the anime for Kuroko's did. So I definitely have to give it, is like it led the way for things like Haikyuu, and if you watched it, you'd know, or read it for that matter. But number 8, I'm gonna have to go with Yu Yu Hakusho by Yoshihiro Togashi. In my opinion, greatest natural manga of all time. I just have to say it. Like,
greatest what manga you cut
the
out?
greatest supernatural manga of all time, in my opinion.
Okay.
Like, it definitely has earned that title for me, for sure. I'm not even done with it, and the only reason I'm reading it is because Keith was giving me shit.
Yep.
So yeah, I've been reading that. I actually stopped reading that to finish JJK, so I'm gonna go right back to that after. But 7 is gonna go to Full Metal Alchemist by Hiromu Arakawa. Full Metal was honestly one of the OG series I seen. It's kind of one of the gateway shows that got me into anime. Brotherhood was obviously the better way to go. That if you watch the anime, definitely got me in my feels a lot. As a kid, made me cry a couple times. You guys know why. But number 6, I'm gonna give to Tokyo Revengers. This series hit me like a truck. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, the only reason I started reading the manga was because the anime had just been released, and I was like, I'm gonna give it a try. Watched episode 1, and it intrigued me to a point where I was like, okay, I need to figure out if this shit is stupid and not worth my time, or if it's somewhat redeemable. I got a lot more than that, believe me. Like, my expectations for the series weren't that high, and it just fucking ended up smacking me with how good it actually was. Like, I have to say, and the manga itself just got into their final arc, so that's gonna be good. Number 5, I'm gonna give to Vagabond by Takehiko Inoue. Fuck. Okay, that's all I have to say. Like, when you guys were first talking about it, it just sounded like some shit. But when I started reading it, it was immaculate how much it reminded me of Vinland, yet how much it was like, I don't even know how to explain Vagabond. Like, the story is beautiful. Shinmin Takezo is fucking one of the greatest MCs I think ever created. I'm gonna just throw that out there. Number 4, I'm gonna give to Berserk, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I have not read it yet. I've just been reading lots and lots of reviews and seeing videos about it, and like, the plot so far seems really fucking good. Like, in a supernatural perspective, it might be on Yu Yu Hakusho level, but it's honestly higher if you look at the manga art quality and like the way their pacing of their story has been so far.
Rest in peace, Miura, by the way, the creator of Berserk.
And that's a damn shame, by the way.
Absolute shame.
A damn shame. But number 3, One Piece. I've given One Piece the number 3 spot. It was a very hard decision. This top 3 is very tough. Like, it took a couple hours to get it just right, in my opinion. But One Piece is just one of those staple series that, like, you can't think of anime and manga without One Piece coming up into any discussion. When you're talking to somebody new about anime and manga, One Piece comes up eventually. You know what I'm saying? It's cemented itself as one of the greatest running series of all time. Now, number 2, I'm gonna give to My Hero Academia. Now,
it was very tough to put My Hero in the number 2 spot and not give it the number 1, to be honest with you, especially with the way the series is going right now. But at the same time, it's just like, I don't know. I have to take a step back, and I just have to take it slow, and I just have to keep letting My Hero build. I can't just try to anticipate its greatness. I just have to keep letting it build, because it's going to do it on its own. I don't have to try to do what you would have to do with Dragon Ball and fill in all of these gaps to get the series to be great. It's doing it perfectly, if not exponentially better.
That was a fucking shot.
Exponentially better than almost any other series I've seen. Every character is perfect. They don't leave like a character too dull. They always go into depth with their characters, and that's something I love too. Number 1, fucking Vinland Saga. Any day of the week, okay? I don't care how many times I have to say it. The story itself is phenomenal. I think the premise and the message behind the series itself is something beautiful that everybody should really take a step back and read and look at, because war is really the most pointless thing in this world. If you can talk to somebody, why would you kill them? If there is a chance for communication, why do we have to kill? There can always be an understanding without violence, you know? And the fact that Vinland is about building a place where that's acceptable and where violence is the last ditch effort, that's like Fantasyland in real world. And not to mention character development, storytelling, pacing, fucking top 10. Like, God, I cannot, like, I have nothing but great things to say about Vinland. If you haven't checked it out yet, please do so. You're only hurting yourself at this point. But, honestly, that's it with my top 10.
Alright, I'll give her a go. I'll start the same way from 10 going up. So, at number 10, I got, Bleach. Bleach was one of the fucking, like, the first shonen I really, like, got into when I was just like, holy shit, this is dope. And then when I just started recently reading the 1,000-Year Blood War arc, because I'd never read that yet, and the artwork for Bleach is just insane. Like in the manga, some of the best artwork I've ever seen personally, and it's pretty dope. And I'm gonna go number 9 with Key's gonna be happy about this one. One Punch Man. It's only at number 9 because I've only watched just season 1 and 2. I haven't read the manga yet. I'm going to, and I feel like once I'm caught up, it'll be higher, because I fucking hated on it for a long time, and then I watched it, and it was honestly one of the most enjoyable things that I watched. Like, just watch it, and it's like, it's got everything: humor, solid fucking fight scenes, all kinds of shit, a dope cast of characters. It's everything that you said it was. So my apologies for ever shaming it.
But you didn't really. It was just Aaron. It was just your brother. Really, you really didn't. You just hadn't seen it.
Number 8 is gonna go to Haiku. I never said I was gonna fuck with like sports anime or manga, but I love this one. And for the simple fact that, like, from playing sports in high school and stuff, it just reminds me of, like, the whole camaraderie aspect, and just, like, watching them all get better as a team. The shit's fucking dope. Number 7, I'm going to give it to Yu Yu Hakusho. That was probably one of, like, I watched DBZ when I was a kid, but Yu Yu Hakusho was probably one of my gateways into anime and manga. And, yeah, you never forget about that shit. So that's my number 7. Number 6 is going to go to Full Metal Alchemist. That and Brotherhood, some of my favorite shit ever. I'm just going to go quick since we don't have much time. And then number 5, I got Jujutsu Kaisen. Probably one of the best stories I've read, and like just how dark it is one of my favorites. I don't think there's anything like this right now, and it's just a overall fucking great story. Number 4, I'm gonna give it to Naruto, because I mean that was just like, if we're going off of personal, that was like a staple of my childhood. I watched that shit for a long time, and it was just successful ending. When you get, it's like a journey. You know what I'm saying? Number 3, I'm gonna give it to Black Clover, because it's been overall one of my favorite series that I've been keeping up with in like the past, I don't know, I'd say 3 years. And yeah, I just overall liked where the, like, from start to where it's at now, it's been very successful, and like it's good. My number 1 and 2 was a fucking toss up. It was the same deal as Aaron's. I couldn't decide what I wanted, but number 2, I gave it to My Hero Academia. Basically, running off what Aaron said, it's gonna be probably number 1 in probably the coming year. Shit, at the pace that it's going now, it's gonna be the best shit that's been written, in my opinion. And number 1, I'm giving it to One Piece, because the story and the world that is built, the whole One Piece as a whole, it's insane. Like, you can't, when you sit down and you have a discussion about a manga or an anime, you're gonna have the longest discussion about One Piece, because like there's just so much to talk about. Like, there's so many things that like are still open in the air with that shit, and then everybody says it's like it's so close to ending, but like really how much longer we have so much longer to go in the shit, and it's all great, and especially right now I feel like it's really picking up. And yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna start with some series I've never read before. Gurren Lagann, Code Geass, read or watched Neon Genesis, Monster, and then for my honorable mentions, I'm gonna start with Cowboy Bebop. I've never finished it, but I've seen a lot of episodes, and I just know how good it is, and I need to just sit down and watch it front to back.
Yeah, you need to.
Yeah, I know I'll like it. There's no reason why I haven't watched it. Berserk, I've only read 10 chapters of it, but I fuck with it, and I'm gonna finish it before I die. Okay, I'll finish it. There's just so much to read. Demon Slayer, I haven't finished it yet. I've heard so many bad things about the ending, but I've heard so many good things about where the series goes. So I'm gonna formulate my own opinion when I finish it, but just from what I've read and seen, it's already one of my favorites ever. Then Chainsaw Man, it really like almost made the cut. It was so close, but it just couldn't beat number 10, which is One Piece. I just love One Piece. It's so good, so great. The world, Luffy, the cast, all the characters. It's just so great, and it's in its prime. It's not its prime, but I don't know. The way the trajectory is going on, shit, this could end up being One Piece's prime for sure. For sure. At number 9, I've got One Punch Man. The characters and the way the series grows, it's so great, and it's liable to be up there with like the GOATs. 8, Full Metal Alchemist. That series was so ahead of its time. It was so great. In between a bunch of series with filler, terrible just pacing and dialogue, that shit was a diamond in the rough. At number 7, I've got Hunter x Hunter. I really pray it gets a proper ending, but even if it doesn't, it'll always be one of the greatest series ever made. No doubt. At 6, I've got Mob Psycho 100. It's just like One Punch Man, except with so much heart. It's just so great. feeling I get watching Mob Psycho is like none other. None other. Top 5. 5. Vinland Saga. Like, not much to say about these ones. They're goats. Vinland, like Aaron said, the message of the story, it's probably got the best message out of any anime I've ever seen. Okay. Jujutsu Kaisen at 4. Just nothing like it. Not much like it. It's just so great. And then where it's headed and the trajectory is going on, it's gonna be up there. These 2, 4 and 3 are probably gonna be my top 2 after they're finished. Because 3, I've got My Hero Academia. And I'm liable to put this bitch at 1, but I'm not, because it's not over. And like Eric said, I'm not just gonna anticipate its greatness. I know it's gonna be great, but I'm gonna let it get there, and then I'll call it what it is. Number 2, which is going to be number 1 when I finish it, even though it's not finished. Vagabond. Bryce, put me on, man. That Thrax. This is that shit. Vagabond is that shit. If you have not read it, you need to read it. It's incredible. It's really the best manga of all time. It's definitely the best manga of all time. Just reading that shit, it's addictive. It keeps you. Every chapter is just so great, and I'm really not close to being done. So I know it's gonna.
Yeah, you need to finish.
I will.
You need to finish, bro.
When I finish,
because you in the middle of the best arc, like. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm literally in it. I'm right at the point where Austin was like, the next chapter, shit was just hectic. I think 224, 124, something like that. But number 1, Yu Yu Hakusho. The anime is so great. The manga's great. It's just my favorite series ever. It's gonna get passed up, but as of right now, it's still my go. It's still the best shit. It's still the most potent shit. I don't know if I can recommend it to everyone, but it's my go. No cap. That's it. You go ahead, Bryce.
All right, bet. All right, so I'm gonna start with honorable mentions.
Yeah.
These are in no order.
Uh-huh.
But for honorable mentions, I got JJK. It's obviously great. It just needs to finish before I can really put it up there. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I don't even think it's hit its peak. Like,
real.
And that's saying something, really.
No doubt.
Mob Psycho is just because I just need to see more of it. Like I watched season 1 and it was just phenomenal, but I need to watch season 2. I need to go for it, but I know it's great. Same with One Punch Man, which I've read quite a bit, but I just need to catch up because I know that's great too. Gurren Lagann, which I've watched all of it. There's really no reason it's not on the list. It's just the things that are on the list I just think are better. Mm-hmm. Same thing with Parasite, Cowboy Bebop, and Phase Zero. So with Parasite, like literally, like there is no Tokyo Ghoul without Parasite. Just like peak body horror, peak horror in anime manga. Like great characters, just really just great all around. I highly recommend you reading or watching that if you haven't. I will. Yeah, tap in. Cowboy Bebop, of course, legendary. There's not much you can say about Cowboy Bebop that hasn't been said, so I'm just move on to Phase Zero. Watching Phase Zero, it's like
why is like Fate Stay Night even like a big deal? Because like this is the really good shit. Like Fate Stay Night is not that great compared to Fate Zero, like at all. But okay, so my next two it's Toriko, which is a personal favorite of mine. One of my favorite mangas, just one of my favorite mangas, like ever. The only reason it's not on the list is just because the ending, Toriko was not selling shit. It was not selling at all. So Shonen Jump, you know how they be. You're not selling. Okay, you got like 30 chapters to wrap up whatever you was doing, and they had to. The creator had to rush the ending a bit. But even though it's a rushed ending, it's still satisfactory, which is what I love about Toriko. With Bleach, which I hate to throw shots, but like with Bleach, it's like that's a rushed ending that like you're just like, what was that? You're just like, what was that? Like, what was that? But that's besides the point. And then my last honorable mention, which would have been on the list if the author it's Attack on Titan. I love Attack on Titan. I still love Attack on Titan, but it probably would have been on this list if the creator just didn't add those last extra fucking pages and I just don't get it. I don't get it. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? But regardless, I thought the ending I thought the ending before those last few pages was fine, and it would have probably been on this list. But like, bro's just shooting himself in the foot. Like, it's not even the foot at this point. Bro's amputating his own legs.
You're not
it's sad. But anyway, okay, to the actual list. Number 10, we got Yu Yu Hakusho.
Real?
Just legendary. Nothing you could say about Yu Yu Hakusho that hasn't been said. Dark Tournament arc, one of my favorite arcs ever. The arc after that with Sensui. Sensui is an amazing villain, just phenomenal. The only reason it's not higher is because Three Kings,
Yeah.
But I mean, it's still an okay ending.
Yeah.
Number 9, I have Chainsaw Man Part 1.
Real?
Even if this wasn't Part 1, this is just such like a good, satisfying, just neat package. It's not long. You can read this in a day or two, like I did. Just an amazing. Denji is an amazing character. He's like, I don't even know if you could consider Chainsaw Man a shonen. Like, I know it was published in Shonen Jump, but like this, it just defies the genre.
Bro.
And it's so amazing. Vinland Saga, of course, is number 8. Legendary. I need to catch up. I'm like 3 or 4 chapters behind, but I know how great it is. Legendary. Thorfinn's an amazing, phenomenal main character. The main cast of characters is just so great. The main theme, like Aaron was talking about earlier, just nobody's your enemy. What's the point of human conflict? Like, it's just so, like, you think it would be cliche, but it's like, it's just so powerful throughout it. And it's so amazing. Number 7, I have One Piece, which I think when it's all said and done was probably going to end as like one of the greatest, if not the greatest shonen of all time. But for now, I don't have it there just because it's not finished, but like, whatever. One Piece, best world building in all of manga, period, in my eyes.
Real?
Main cast, amazing. There's so many characters. They're so great. Luffy's great. Just great. There's not much you can say about One Piece. Everybody knows One Piece. Number 6 and 5 are interchangeable, but I'll get to 5 later. Number 6, I have Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Just an amazing watch. Like, literally probably one of the most rewatchable anime of all time. Like, you can just, it's so good. Ed and Elric, are you serious? Ed and Alphonse, their struggle, they're such great characters. Their relationship is beautiful. All the characters are amazing. This is like I know there's a lot of people who like Fullmetal Alchemist just like regular, the 2003 version, but I just can't when like in Brotherhood you have so many other characters that just aren't in the original. Greed. Like, Greed is phenomenal. Greeling, like, when he fuses with Ling. Ling is one of my favorite characters. Just amazing. The Bradley, like, Bradley is so different. Like, Bradley in Brotherhood, you're like, you can't go back to Bradley in 2003. I'm just saying, but yeah. Then we have number 5 is Hunter x Hunter. I say they're interchangeable because Brotherhood is finished, of course, but obviously Hunter x Hunter not being finished doesn't really damper it that much. But you can't say much about Hunter x Hunter that hasn't been said. I mean, just phenomenal writing. It's a great subversion of the genre. Gon and Killua are some of like the most interesting shonen protagonists. They're not the strong. Like I love that they're not the strongest in the verse. They're nowhere near. They're just kids going through this weird ass shit, and it's just phenomenal. Their relationships are beautiful. Chimera Ant is, I'd say, probably the best arc in shonen, maybe. I think that's one of the best written things ever. Like, I'm so serious. Meruem, like, just such an amazing villain, and I can go on and on, but number 4 I have Monster. Johann Liebert, one of the, like, not only probably, no, I'm going out on a limb saying the best villain in anime manga, period, but one of the best written characters in anime manga, period. Like, there's just so many ways to interpret this story, and it's beautiful, it's dark, it's grim, but it's also like hopeful. It's like Dr. Tenma is an amazing main character, just a man who just like believes that, you know, everyone deserves the right to live, and it's just, the whole story is just him going through all this shit, but he just keeps on believing in this one thing that, like, everyone deserves, doesn't matter, just everyone deserves the right to live, and I think that's beautiful. Monster is an amazing story. 3, I have Berserk, of course. Rest in peace, Mura. I don't even know what to say. I mean, Johann is the best villain of all time in anime manga, I'd say, but Griffith is like number 2, probably. Just, it's such a dark and beautiful story, but just also depressing as all fuck. Like, Guts is like the best main character. Maybe he's probably second behind. I'll get to who's number 1 to me, but you just watch this character go through just so much shit, and like I don't even know what to say. Like, it's just so good. But you know, we've all read Berserk. Number 1, of course, is no big surprise if you know me, but it's Vagabond. Just the definition of like just a beautiful story. Just Masashi, I'd say, is probably the most well-written character in anime manga. You just see this man just go through his different like definitions, like he's just trying to figure out himself in this world and like what it means to be strong. It's just beautiful. Oh, I just skipped over 2. I'm gonna come back to Vagabond. I'm stupid. But number 2 is Ava.
I was gonna say, I was like, where's Ava?
I skipped over 2. I'm an idiot, but I'll come back to that. But really, Ava and Vagabond are interchangeable for me. Kinda. But Ava, just, I don't even know where to like begin. Just a subversion of the mech genre. You get Shinji, who everyone hates for some reason. He's this whiny kid, but it's like, if you're in his predicament, you would be the exact same way. If you have to save the world and you have to do all this shit, you'll be the exact same way. Just every character in Ava is written so well. Just every character. It doesn't matter. Like, everyone has a motive to how they act. Even the characters you hate, they have a motive. Everyone's fucked up. Everyone's depressed, and that's kind of the thing. But hey, man, the only reason I'd say it's not number 1 is because if we're just talking about the Ava anime, like,
the ending, even though I think it's still a great ending in the anime, like you're probably gonna need to watch the movie to get the actual ending, which is kind of like But End of Ava, watch that movie anyway. It's because that's amazing too. Just an amazing work of art for real. And back to Vagabond, which is number one. I say they're interchangeable because, like I said, you have to watch the movie to really get like the true final ending of Ava. And Vagabond doesn't have an ending technically, and I would have probably put Ava at number one if I hadn't read Takehiko Inoue, the author of Vagabond. He did this exhibition chapter of Vagabond, which it takes place in the future, and it's about as close to an ending as we're going to get probably anytime soon. And that chapter is just like probably the best chapter of manga I've ever read, and I'm so serious. It's just beautiful. You see all these characters, like their arcs in the most simple way possible. All the characters' arcs get wrapped up like in the most simple way possible, and it's just beautiful. And of course the art is also beautiful. But I'd say that's my list.
Real shit. Let's wrap it up. That's episode 10 of the 3-in-1 podcast. I want to say thank you, Bryce, for coming through.
No problem.
Peace out, y'all. Stay up.